Hi, my name is Jessica Baglow. I'm playing Lady Macbeth, and we're looking at the line "We fail," which comes in Act 1, Scene 7. I suppose it's not many words, but there are so many ways that you can play it and read it. So I think in the punctuation in our script, it's a question mark, but I've researched that in the printing of the folios, a question mark could be an exclamation mark. It could be a full stop as well. And also, you know, the folios came about from people, from actors trying to remember what was said. So in the folio, I think it is a question mark, but you can say it. I've never said it as a question weirdly in rehearsals, but I think it's either an exclamation mark or a full stop, because I suppose you could go, if you're going to say it's a question mark, I suppose if Macbeth says, "and if we should fail," if it's a question, then it has to be kind of like, "we fail." Like, how ridiculous is that? And I mean, it's a choice, and I think maybe people have played it that way before, but you could equally think, okay, it's an exclamation. If we should fail, we fail. Like button it, like then that happens, I accept that and I move on. Or it's a full stop and it's, we fail. It is what it is. And another thing I find interesting about this line is that it's a mirroring. So what happens between Macbeth and Lady Macbeth is all throughout, they are mirroring each other's language. There are so many examples of this, where they take on what the other has said and say it in a slightly different way. Or even when they're not on stage together, they're saying something and then the other person will come on, not have heard what they've said, and say something similar, which is, it shows how in tune they are and how equal they are at the beginning. We're in it together, don't worry, we'll fail together. But screw your courage to the sticking place, will not fail. Up until that point, they're very much a team. I mean, even beyond that point, I think they're still very much a team, but it's loaded at that point in the play, because what happens next, or later, is it becomes you and I. Why do you keep alone? You must leave this. You've got the problem, I don't have the problem, I'm over it, you still got the issue. And it's no longer we, and it feels like from that point on they degrade in their team. I think she's quite accepting of the fact that we might fail, but if we don't try, we'll never know. And I think maybe Macbeth is a bit more afraid of failure. Why would he say, what happens if we fail then? And also, failure to me means, what is the worst that could happen? Is death, isn't it? I don't think she's afraid of death in that line. It tells me so much. As an actor, I don't think she's afraid of death, which is mad. And it also makes me ask questions like, how she got to that point? What's happened before that she's not afraid of that? Like the bravery within that line.